Welcome back to the Tuesday edition of Breakfast Central on News Central. Now, Nigeria's small businesses are locked in a survival battle against the foreign exchange crisis that is forcing them to either adapt or die trying. Micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises, the MSMEs as they're called, are regarded as the core of the economy, seeing that they provide platforms with which the economy can grow and develop.
Nigeria has 39.6 million nano, micro, small and medium enterprises (NMSMEs) who currently account for 96.9% of businesses in the country. They provide 87.9% of employment and contribute 46.31% of the national GDP, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. However, one of the major challenges these businesses face is the exchange rate. Well, from our business desk, we have Nasir Agbalaya, who joins us here this morning. Nasir, currently, it costs 415 naira to get $1 from the CBN, while it costs no less than, let's say, 550 naira in the parallel market. So how tough is it really for the MSMEs?
Good morning, guys. See, it is extremely tough for small-scale enterprises to stay in business because the cost of doing business has truly gone up. Most of the raw materials many of them use are not sourced locally. So for that, they need to get them externally outside the country. And of course, like just mentioned, the exchange rate is not so favorable. So most of them has to do what is called shrinkflation. That is, reduce the quantity of what they are producing, those who are manufacturing, so that you can still maintain the price of those products. Now, some other ones need to get some loans, which also is coming on the high side. So generally, the cost of doing business as it is now is pretty high for these individuals.
Right, it is pretty high. I mean, experts have come out to say that most business, 80% of MSMEs, they fail within the first 5 years of startup. Now, in August 2020, the CBN, they issued a directive that restricted third parties or even middlemen from accessing the FX window through the Form M, which further tightened access to FX for MSMEs. What steps need to be taken by CBN to save the MSMEs?
As it is now, CBN has been doing so many things. In fact, they're doing more things than they should be doing. Now, currently, the MPC is at 11.5%. Now, from yesterday to today, they have been meeting to review this. Now, that is the Monetary Policy Committee. It is expected that it could be maintained at this level so that the economy will still be growing, though it is very, very slow. But another thing that is possible is for the rate to be reduced. And when this is done, it'll make banks to be able to borrow this category of individuals, that's the entrepreneurs, more money. More people, not everybody is hoping that will happen, really, because it is still what it is. Now, Nigeria needs to deliberately increase export. As it is, the only thing Nigeria is exporting wholesale is still crude oil. But let's see what happens in the next couple of months. We are expecting that by Q3 of this year, Dangote Refinery will come online. With that, Nigeria will be able to export premium motor spirit, diesel, and so many other things. Let's not forget that the byproduct of refining crude oil, that's 6,000 everyday household items, will be available for Nigerians. Now, this will greatly reduce the cost of many, many industries. Now, this might not be enough, but it's a good way to start. And we all are hoping that Dangote Refinery starts producing this year.
All right. Lastly, Nas, before we let you go, what possibilities are there that a huge number of micro, small, medium enterprises will actually survive Q3 this year?
It's 50-50, really, really 50-50. Now, as it is, the main determinant for any business is the things you need to stay in business, the raw material. And as I mentioned earlier, it is pretty expensive. Now, sourcing it locally is another thing that would help, but these are not really available. Now, the government has been doing some things in this regard. but this needs to be stepped up. Diversifying the economy is one of the cardinal things that would help. It is being done, but it is just not done as fast as it can be. This needs to be revved up. Agriculture is a low-hanging fruit, which the CBN incidentally has been involved in. But the results are not exactly what it should be. Now, Nigeria is not exporting enough. If agricultural products from Nigeria could be exported to the GCC, European Union, this will earn Nigeria more foreign revenue, hard currency, which of course will translate to the Naira itself being more viable, as in the value of the Naira rising equitably more than it is right now. More is being done, and really much more needs to be done.
Right. Now, sourcing for materials locally is the other alternative, but how readily available are these locally sourced materials? That's a question for another day. But thank you so much, Nas. Thank you for bringing us the update in the world of business.
Great to be here, guys.